We open with a mediocre theme song. Anyway, Jack Atlas versus Gong Strong. This is a duel we could have had in Arc 5, but I'm going to allow it. Just because Jack Atlas is kind of fight. Ooh! Being in character from the beginning, that was not what I expected Gong Strong's VA to look at, but don't judge a book by its cover, I guess.
You want Gong to move?
Are you Gong?
Yeah, Gong Strong. Nice to meet you. And you are?
Running out of patience. So move aside and make it fast.
Can someone turn off that theme song?
Just like Gong's monsters in a
Thank
duel,
you.
Gong won't be moved. That's Gong's defensive, heavy, strong style.
I don't like the talking in the
Never
first
steers
person,
Gong
but
wrong.
let's just move on from that.
Thank you. Gong's monsters are immovable, and so is Gong. Even when action cords are scattered everywhere, Gong won't move an inch to pick one up.
Heavy, strong style of dueling? Is that some kind of joke? Duels are all about overpowering your opponent with the unstoppable force of a brutal offense. How will you win a duel?
They are
when
kind
you're
of
always
counterparts.
On the defensive?
How will you win a duel without moving my monsters off the field?
This is kind of an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. I never actually thought of it that way. When I saw this, I was like, why? Oh, right, because support.
In a duel.
A duel?
I'm predicting Jack's going to win, because even though Super Heavy Samurais were in the meta, Jack's getting the new structure deck, and I gotta push that.
Carolina, on stage at the 2023 North America WCQ.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm just happy to have another VA duel. It's not
Well, sir,
Yugi!
if you really want to see Gong's heavy, strong style of dueling, Gong won't turn you down.
And since I don't want to hold up the WCQ tournament and keep all of the talented duelists who've made the top
There's only that care about the
16
World
waiting,
Championships.
I'll make
World
it
Champions are announcing we might get a VA duel. Yay!
You're already underestimating my defensive strategy.
I'm not, and I'll prove it to you. You won't get 5 turns in this duel.
Well, this duel is over 30 minutes, so unless there's a lot of credits.
I can. Because if you can survive until your 5th turn, I will concede the duel. I might even admit that there's some merit to your heavy, strong style of defensive
He
dueling.
beat Yuya in 5
I'm giving you the
turns,
chance
so...
to defeat me, Jack Atlas, the master of faster, without inflicting even a single point of damage to my life points. What do you say?
Gong says, you're on!
I'll even
This'll
let
be
you go
entertaining.
first, so that you can set up as many defenses as you'd like.
Gong
But if
appreciates it.
all he has to do is get to the 5th turn and his turn, and it's like, oh look, you have to concede now, Jack.
Sorry, let me get through this. There is nothing more beautiful than a perfect defense in a duel. Defending one's life points is the true essence of dueling.
I imagine there's a little
Gong
improv in
learned that
this.
in the strong dojo Gong trained in, and Gong thanks you for the opportunity to demonstrate what the heavy, strong style of dueling is all about.
I probably...
Gong sets a monster face down and ends his turn.
Unfortunately, you can't summon in defense mode in real life, although that hasn't stopped them in some of the scripted duels, to be fair. Dang, that Twitter bird is out of date now.
What? That's your turn? Perhaps you should
I love
consider
2002
renaming your
Yu-Gi-Oh!
strategy to the light and weak style of dueling. It's my turn now. I draw. Dash to the field, Red Sprinter.
Turn 2.
Now I use my Red Sprinter's effect to special summon Red Resonator from my hand. That leaves me with 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner monster.
Go into Red Rising.
A tuner and a non-tuner?
That's what I just said.
That must mean you're going for a synchro summon.
That's quite astute of you, Gong. I see you're familiar with the strength of synchro summons.
He can do them,
Perhaps
so yes.
you're not as hopeless as I had initially thought. I tune my level 4 Red Sprinter with my level 2 Red Resonator. Come forth, my level 6 Red Rising Dragon.
Of course.
Next, I activate my Red Rising Dragon's effect. When it's synchro summoned,
Revive Red
I
Resonator,
get to
again the
special
life
summon
points. We all know this combo to
a
death.
monster from my graveyard. Return to the field, Red Resonator. This time, I'll use my Red Resonator's effect. Since I special summoned it, I gain life points equal to the attack points of a monster on the field. And I choose my Red Rising Dragon.
An Arc 5 style
Red Rising Dragon has 2,100 attack points, which means I gain 2,100 life points.
2,100?
Yep.
What do you care? A defensive duelist like yourself will never touch my life points anyway. Next, I tune my level 2 Red Resonator with my level 6 Red
Dragon
Rising
Archfiend
Dragon.
could obliterate the Super Heavy
From the
Samurai,
ancient
given its
chasms
effect.
of a lost world, I awaken a great and terrible power. I synchro summon. Now rise, Starlight Red Dragon
Arc 5, Jack.
Archfiend.
Okay, you're sick. Actually, this is like the one scenario where regular RDA's effect would be
Starlight
devastating.
Red Dragon Archfiend, attack Gong's face-down monster.
Soul Piercer. It's got no defense.
You attack Super Heavy Samurai Soul Piercer! Yeah, now its effect activates. Since it was sent to Gong's graveyard, Gong gets to add a Super Heavy Samurai monster from his deck to his hand, and Gong chooses Super Heavy Samurai Big Waraji!
Not a bad pick.
Yeah. Gong's monster was in defense mode, which means Gong doesn't lose any life points. How's that for defense, Jack?
It's true that you don't lose any life points, but look at your barren field. Not a single defense in sight, and certainly no prospects for mounting an offense. I set a card face down and then end my turn.
Alright.
Gong's turn. Gong draws. Gong
Drawing
special
3.
summons Super Heavy Samurai
They have
Big
mushrooms?
Waraji. As long as Gong has no spell or trap cards in Gong's graveyard, Gong can
Which he never
special
does.
summon this card from the hand. And since there are no spell or trap cards in Gong's deck, that's never gonna be a problem for Gong.
Exactly.
You must be kidding me! You put all of your monsters in defense mode and don't use spell or trap cards?
That's how the deck
Is
works.
this some kind of joke?
I love this. Like,
No
episode
jokes,
2
Jack.
of the original
Gong knows how to
series.
duel.
Joe, you can't have a
Gong
deck
is
full of
about to
only
teach you
monster
a
cards.
thing or two.
Skip to Arc 5 like
Gong tribute
15
Super Heavy
years
Samurai
later.
Big Waraji to
Gong's
summon
deck
Super
only
Heavy
has monster
Samurai
cards,
Big
and that's a legitimate
Key.
strategy.
Hold on! Are you sure you know how to duel? Your Big Ben K is a level 8 monster. And that means you need to tribute 2 monsters to summon it.
Warji's
But I
effect
only
lets
see
it be
one
treated as
monster that
2
was
monsters.
tributed.
Super Heavy Samurai Big Waraji counts as 2 monsters when it's tributed for Big Ben K.
Ah, well played.
Thank you.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did you just summon a monster in attack position?
That's where NK's effect.
Technically, Gong did, but it's only staying there for a second. Because when Super Heavy Samurai Big Ben K is summoned, Gong can change its battle position. Yeah. Gong switches it into defense mode! Next. Yeah. Next, Gong special summons Super Heavy Samurai Trumpeter.
Ooh boy, is he gonna synchro summon?
Like Super Heavy Samurai Big Waraji, Gong can special summon Super Heavy Samurai Trumpeter from his hand as long as there are no spell or trap cards in his graveyard. And there's no way you're ready for what's next, Jack. This monster is gonna bring you some big league pain. Gong synchro summons his level 10 Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo.
Susanoo. I think this thing has 3,800 defense.
An impressive synchro summon of a level 10 monster. But your warlord, Susanoo, only has 2,400 attack points.
But it's in defense
You
mode.
summoned it in defense mode. It's no threat to me there.
He doesn't
That's
know.
where you're wrong,
The poor
Jack.
child.
Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo.
Come on, Jack, you
attack
teamed
while
up with
in
Gong to face
defense
Zark.
mode. It doesn't use its attack points. It uses the defense points for the battle.
No way!
Way!
Thank you. Gong says that's right. And Warlord Susanoo has 3,800 defense points, which is higher than your monster's attack points.
That trap will save
Super
him.
Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo, attack and destroy Jack's Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend.
I activate my trap card, Safe Zone. This
That was a mistake,
trap
Jack, 'cause
card
you're still taking the
protects
damage.
my Scarlet Red
And
Dragon
you said I wouldn't hurt your
Archfiend
life
from
points.
destruction.
Well, Gong's monster may be the one in defense mode, but it looks like you're the one on the defensive.
Ooh.
Even though your monster is protected by your trap card, you still take damage. And Gong counts 800 points of it. What was that about not being able to damage your life points? If Gong isn't mistaken, you're the one who has taken damage so far in this duel.
That's right.
Don't
Jack
let
took
one
the
lucky
first hit.
attack get to your head. If you look at the scoreboard, I'm still 1,300 life points ahead of you.
Jack has a point, though.
Well, okay, come on, Jack. Just admit defensive strategies are the best strategies.
Depends on the situation.
Well, your safe zone is the only reason Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend is still on the field.
You think my safe zone is a defensive trap card? You're mistaken, Gong. Safe zone is not a defensive card.
Explain to me
The
how it's
safe
offensive,
zone
then.
It's the ultimate place from which to launch my attacks.
Well, Gong isn't done yet. Gong equips his Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo.
My safe zone is not for defensive reasons. Explain to me how a safe zone is not
his turn.
defensive mode.
I
Spirit.
draw.
Like, how do you go on
I
offense with
activate my
safety?
Scarlet Red Dragon's Archfiend's effect. Once per turn, I can use its effect to destroy as many special summoned monsters on the field as possible with fewer attack points than my Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, and inflict 500 points of damage to your life points for each monster destroyed. Since your super heavy samurai warlord Susanoo only has 2,400 attack points, it's as good as
This is where
gone.
my equip monster comes into play.
Slow down, Master of Faster. Or have you forgotten about Gong's Super Heavy Samurai Soul Beads? The first time a monster equipped with Soul Beads would be destroyed by a card effect. It's not destroyed. Gong Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo is staying right where it is.
I don't like the first version, but I do like
I'm quite aware
Gong's
that your Soul
spirit.
Beast does, and plan to exploit the fact that it can
Should I call
only
Billy?
protect your
Billy for
monster
your name?
once
And we'll go
per
character
turn.
name. Just using the real character person's name
I
sounds wrong
discard
unless it's
Mirror
Dan Green.
Resonator from my hand to special summon Bone Archfiend.
Ooh, that's one of the new cards.
Bone Archfiend, Gong has never seen that card before.
Oh, I see you spotted the first of my new cards that have not yet been released to the general public. In exchange for allowing Konami to name the upcoming Structure Deck. Structure Deck, the Crimson King, after yours truly, I received an advanced copy. With the new
Wait.
cards from Structure Deck.
So
the
they name it
Crimson
after
King
you,
in
and
my
you
deck.
get the pluses?
You don't stand
Yeah.
a chance.
Like, they're going to use Jack or you.
I'll use
again,
my
I don't know.
Bone Archfiend's effect to send the level 1 Synchron Resonator from my deck to my graveyard and modify my Bone Archfiend's level. Now, I'll use the effect of the Red Rising Dragon in my graveyard. By banishing it from the duel, I
you-
get to special summon Mirror Resonator and Synchron Resonator back to my field.
Okay.
And I'm nowhere near done. I tune my level 8 Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend with my level 1 Mirror Resonator and level 1 Synchron Resonator.
Ooh, double tuning.
Together, these monsters will call forth an absolute power destined to rule this duel. Now I synchro summon. Bow down and tremble in terror before the level 10 synchro monster, Tyrant Red Dragon
Oh,
Archfiend.
jeez. So use the effect again.
Hey, hang on, Jack. You can't do that, okay? Mirror Resonator and Synchron Resonator are both tuners.
So, Unlike most synchro monsters, Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend requires 2 Turner monsters.
Turner monsters?
Synchro
S-Code already
summon.
made the
So I not
Jones
only
Turner
can,
reference, so
but
that's
must
his joke.
Use 2 tuners in its synchro summon. Now I use my Synchron Resonator's effect. Since it was sent from my field to my graveyard, I return Red Resonator.
I feel
from
like
my
that should have missed
graveyard
timing
to
by
my
now.
hand.
That is very cool. But your
Whatever.
monster's 3,500 attack points are still lower than Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo's 3,800 defense points. You can't destroy it in battle.
Who said anything about
You're
battling?
right that I can't destroy it in battle. But while your monster pointlessly sits on the field in defense mode, my Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend is ready to take action. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, reign in a new era of tyranny and activate your effect.
It's gonna blow up your monster too.
Effect now? What?
My Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend destroys all
I love
other
how every
cards on the
Yu-Gi-Oh
field.
character ever seems
And
to think
since
that
you
a
already
monster is just a
used
vanilla
the
beat
protection
stick.
of your soul beads, your monster is helpless.
Super Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo!
Perhaps you shouldn't have depended so heavily on one
Try
easily
to hype the
defeated
crowd up.
monster. The worst is yet to come, because my Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend can still attack. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend, ruthlessly attack Gong's life points directly! Impossible! That blast should have knocked you right off the stage, but you didn't move an inch.
That's Gong's heavy, strong style! Woo! Yeah. Gong has gone through extensive training. Nothing moves Gong or Gong's monsters.
You might want to reconsider that statement.
Why is
It
that?
looks like your super heavy samurai warlord Susanoo was just moved right into the graveyard.
Well, you're right, but Gong still has 500 life points left.
Which means you
Even
can't
when you're
beat
backed
me in
up
5
against the edge of
turns.
a cliff, there's still a chance at victory. All Gong has to do is hold on for a little while longer. If Gong can survive just 2 more of your battle phases,
Ah,
Gong
it
will win
had to
this
be 5
duel.
of Jack's turns, so
Easier
it's 10
said
turns
than
in
done.
general.
I set a card face down and end my turn.
All right. Gong draws. You may be known for your riding skills, but Gong knows a thing or two about motorbikes as well.
It's true. Synchro dimension,
Gong
anyone?
discards Super Heavy Samurai Motorbike to activate its effect.
Also that.
Since Gong has no spell or trap cards in his graveyard, this lets Gong add Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Rakaushi to his hand.
Everyone's streaming because they all have that exact card in their deck. I think this was made right before the Super V Samurai hit.
Pendulum Zone.
Pendulum Zone? You said you don't have any spells in your deck.
They aren't well, they are and they
Gong
aren't.
doesn't consider Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Rakaushi a spell.
We're not gonna count
Because it's only
pendulums
a
as
spell
spells.
card
Funk
while
that.
it's in the Pendulum Zone. Everywhere else, it's a monster synergizing perfectly with the Super Heavy Samurais and Heavy Strong Style. Y'all can say it next time with me. Next time. Next. Gong uses
I love
the
this
effect
guy's
of Super Heavy
energy.
Samurai Prodigy Wakaushi. Yeah. Since there are no spell or trap cards in Gong's graveyard, Gong can play Super Heavy Samurai Monk Big Ben K in his other Pendulum Zone. And special summon Prodigy Rakaushi to the field. Next, Gong uses Monk Big Ben K's Pendulum effect to add Super Heavy Samurai Soul Piercer to his hand.
There's a copy of it.
Now that Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Rakaushi is on the field, Gong can use its other effect.
I was a bit for the video, not my
spells or
computer.
traps in Gong's graveyard.
Gong's graveyard.
Gong discards Super Heavy Samurai Magnet from his hand to special summon Super Heavy Samurai Monk Big Ben K from his deck. Yeah. Next, Gong equips his Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Rakaushi with the Super Heavy Samurai Soul Piercer in his hand.
I'm not impressed. You made all of those plays and still don't have anything that can stand up to my Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend.
Well, maybe this'll change your attitude. Gong tunes the level 4 Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Rakaushi tuner with the level 8 Super Heavy Samurai Monk Big Ben K non-tuner.
Which will allow Soapers to get the
A
search.
monster that is bold, steadfast, and immovable. Synchro
With the
summon
train.
Super Heavy Samurai Brave Masurao.
Oh.
4,000 defense points?
Yep.
That's right. Which is more points than your Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend has. Since Super Heavy Samurai Prodigy Rakaushi and Super Heavy Samurai Monk Big Ben K are both pendulum monsters, they'll go to Gong's extra deck instead of his graveyard. Now, Gong will use the effect of his Soul Piercer.
Get a search.
Since it went to the graveyard, Gong gets to add another Super Heavy Samurai Soul Beads to his hand.
Focusing on effect
Gong is
protection.
sure
But,
you remember this card.
against the
Gong equips
RDAs,
his
you
soul
kind of
beads
have
to his
to.
Super Heavy Samurai Brave Masurao. Gong knows you like to destroy monsters with card effects, and Gong isn't gonna let that happen.
We'll see about that.
Next, Gong summons Super Heavy Samurai Security. Gong sure is glad he got his hands on this brand new card coming out of Duelist Nexus.
Be sure to buy it, children.
Now Gong uses his security's effect when it's summoned to add Prodigy Rakaushi back to the hand.
And you're gonna set the scale again?
Next, Gong tributes his security to special summon Super Heavy Samurai Big Ben K from the graveyard in defense mode.
Nice. You might
Y'all ready
almost
for
take him
this?
out.
Now Gong enters his battle phase.
Battle phase? All of your monsters are in defense mode.
Well, whatever, true.
Did you not
Do you
learn from my
remember how Super
synchro?
Heavy Samurai Warlord Susanoo attacked while it was in defense mode? Well,
Ben K lets them all
so
have
Big
defense
Ben K
mode.
and Brave Masurao. Yes, sir. Plus, just like Gong's Warlord Susanoo, both of these monsters use their defense points instead of their attack points for damage calculation. Super Heavy Samurai Brave Masurao, use your 4,000 defense points. Attack and destroy Jack's Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend!
Oh no!
It's
My Red
gone,
Dragon
baby,
Archfiend!
gone.
Gong knows that he just needs to survive until his 5th turn in order to win this duel, but where's the honor in that?
And where's the
Your
fun?
life points to 0 will prove once and for all that the best offense is a good defense. So Gong will keep battling. Super Heavy Samurai Big Ben K, attack Jack's life points directly.
Not fast enough, Gong. I activate my trap card, Escape from the Dark
You're
Dimension.
gonna bring back Red Rising to take the hit.
This trap card lets me special summon one of my banished dark monsters back to the field. And I choose my Red Rising Dragon. I summon it in attack mode.
I think he has to summon
Attack
an
mode?
attack.
Your Red Rising Dragon only has 2,100 attack points. Big Ben K's defense points are, 1,400 points higher. You should have summoned it in defense mode.
There's no need for me to hide in defense mode. That's what I've been telling you all along.
Well,
Okay, it's the spirit of the thing. I can roll with that reasoning.
Thanks for triggering the effect of Brave Masurao.
What?
Oh, oopsies. Gong forgot to mention it. If you activate a spell or trap card while Brave Masurao is on the field, Gong gets to draw cards until he has 3 cards in his hand.
Dang, that's a good effect.
Since Gong only has one card right now, Gong gets to draw 2. Gong's attack continues against Red Rising Dragon. Red Rising Dragon is destroyed!
Perhaps, but I've only begun mounting my offense.
Your offense can't hold a candle to Gong's defense.
It is literally winning,
I draw.
Gong.
I summon Red Familiar.
Alright.
That doesn't look so familiar to Gong. Gong doesn't recognize it at all.
Next,
It's a little funny.
I activate my Red Familiar's effect. By tributing it, I can special summon Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend back from
You're really
my
gonna try to
graveyard
blow
with
it up
its
again.
effects negated.
No. You're not that
Next,
stupid.
since there's a level 5 or higher dark monster on the field, I can special summon Vision Resonator.
Oh, that's one of the new ones.
Now, I activate the effect of my Red Rising Dragon. I banish it from my graveyard to special summon Synchron Resonator and Mirror Resonator back to my field.
Anyone else getting deja vu?
Now
Oh,
it's
wait,
time for
no.
another synchro
I know what
summon.
he's doing.
I combine the might of all 4 of my monsters.
Yeah, but 3 of them are tuners.
That's right.
3 of them are
3
turners.
Is exactly what my
And
mighty
one turner was
synchro
bad
monster
enough.
needs. Take witness to a cosmic explosion of a magnitude never before seen. I synchro summon Red Supernova Dragon!
Ah, shit.
That thing's enormous!
My
I
Red
like to
Supernova
imagine it's the
Dragon has
size of the sun.
4,000 attack
Or at least as
points
big
to
as
start,
Cypher Dragon.
and gains an additional 500 attack points for
Cypher
each
Dragon
turn
in
my
Dragon
graveyard.
Warriors
Since
universe.
I have 3,
It's bigger
Red
than Earth.
Supernova Dragon has 5,500 attack points.
Oh boy.
Gong knows that you also get to return a resonator from your graveyard to your hand with your sack ROM. Resonator's effect, just like you
yeah,
did earlier.
Synchron. I guess that's not
I'm
accurate.
glad you've been paying attention, Gong.
Thank you.
While it's true that I could return a resonator to my hand, I'll choose not to do so. I want my Red Supernova Dragon to have all of the attack
It is an
points
optional
it
effect.
can.
He's allowed to do that.
And I'm not going to reduce its attack points by 500 by removing a resonator from my graveyard. I will, however, use the effect of my Vision Resonator.
What's that do?
Since it was sent to my graveyard, its effect lets me add a spell or trap card from my deck to my hand that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. And I'll choose Absolute Power Force!
Oh crap. The signature card of Red Dragon.
Now it's time to battle. Your super heavy
signature
samurai
attack card.
Brave Masurawo may have 4,000 defense points, but its stats pale in comparison to those of my monster. Red Supernova Dragon, blast Gong's Brave Masurawo into space!
Oh no!
Probably actually
You don't
sent it to
lose any
space.
life points in that battle, but you
Or
only have
disintegrate it.
500 life points left. I won't take much for me to wipe them out on my next turn.
Careful, Jack. Your next turn will be your last, I believe.
In case Gong needs to remind you, this is Gong's 4th turn, which means all Gong needs to do is last through one more of your turns, and he will win this duel.
No need to remind me. I stand by my word. If I can't defeat you on my next turn, I will concede this duel. So, you
Jack is a man of his word. Gotta give him
count.
that one.
Gong starts
Even
out
in
by
5Ds,
activating the
he was
effect
pretty
of Super Heavy
pretty
Samurai
good.
Monk Big Ben K.
Because it was finding a job.
Gong adds Super Heavy Samurai Soul Claw from his deck to his hand.
Soul Claw this time. That's gonna give him
Next,
battle and a
Gong
card
equips
effect protection, I believe.
Super Heavy Samurai Soul Claw to Big Ben K.
And I'll give him 500 points.
Now, since there are no spells or traps in Gong's graveyard, Gong special summons Super Heavy Samurai Trumpeter. Gong uses his Soul Claw's effect.
It's a special summon
Gong
itself.
special
He's gonna summon the
summons
train.
equipped Soul Claw to his field. Gong sends his level 2 Trumpeter, level 2 Soul Claw, and level 8 Big Ben K to the graveyard for a
Gong,
level
no.
12 Synchro Summon.
You're gonna trigger Supernova's effect.
Choo-choo,
The Strowman Express has entered the building.
Choo-choo!
Is that a King Ghidorah thing or something?
Choo-choo! Gong synchro summon
Yeah,
Super
I know
Heavy
what it is.
Samurai Steam Train
Either way, it was a poster.
King!
Impressive, but it's still no match for my red supernova
The train
dragon.
versus the sun.
Gong isn't finished. Gong equips his Steam Train King with Super Heavy Samurai Soul Bang Cannon to increase its defense points to 5,800.
It's bigger than Supernova.
Just like so many of my Super Heavy Samurai monsters, Super Heavy Samurai Steam Train King can attack while it's in defense mode.
You're gonna trigger Supernova's
and
effect.
uses its defense points instead of its attack points in damage calculation. Yeah. Since your Red Dragon Supernova Dragon has only 5,500 attack points, it's time to attack. Super Heavy Samurai Steam Train King, take down Jack's monster.
I activate my red supernova dragon's effect. Since
That's gonna
your
trigger the
monster
Soul Bang's
declared an
effect.
attack, my red supernova dragon banishes itself along with all your cards on your
Well,
field.
that's, of course, it wasn't destroyed, it was banished.
In my next end phase, red supernova dragon returns to the field.
You can't use it
Now,
then.
all right, your red supernova dragon is as good as gone forever. Since it won't return to the field until your next end phase, you won't have an opportunity to attack with it before Gong's 5th turn.
But your field is
At
wide
that
open,
point,
Gong.
I'll have already won. Plus, since you used all of your best cards to bring that thing out, you can't have much more gas left in the tank.
Gong, he literally
Just to
summons
be
a monster
safe,
with 500
never
attack
hurts to
points and he
fortify
wins.
one's defenses. Gong normal summons Super Heavy Samurai Scale.
Okay.
Scale's effect special summons a level 4 or lower Super Heavy Samurai monster from the graveyard. Gong will use it to allow Super Heavy Samurai Motorbike to ride back onto the field.
I saw that one, Jack. They're having fun with this thing.
Gong
Sprites are having
activates
managed to
Motorbike's
say card
effect.
games on
This
motorcycles.
increases the level of Super Heavy Samurai Scales from 4 to 6. You know what's coming next, Jack.
Out of level 10.
Gong synchro summons a monster that moves faster than the wind and jumps higher than any creature known to man. Defend my life points, Super Heavy Samurai Ninja Sarutobi.
Sick. I think it's a 7. I don't remember.
This is your last chance to
Someone can
defeat me,
correct me in the
Jack.
comments.
I end my turn.
It'll probably be Dimension Duelist.
One last chance is all I need. I activate my spell card, Return of the Dragon
boy.
Lords.
He's gonna bring back Starlight and use the effect.
This card lets me special summon a level 7 or 8 dragon from my graveyard, and I choose my Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend. In case you've forgotten, you only have 500 life points left. My Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend's effect is able to destroy all special summoned monsters on the field with fewer attack points than it has, and then inflict 500 points of damage to your life points for each. It seems like a happy coincidence that you have exactly one special summoned monster for my Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend to destroy.
Sure, just normal settings.
After all your talk about attack points and strong offense, you're gonna win this duel with an effect that inflicts direct damage?
Not a chance! I set out to show you that no defense can withstand the unstoppable force of my attacks. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I attack your Ninja Sarutobi with my Scarlight Red Dragon Archfiend.
Ugh, Gong cannot believe it. Your pride is your downfall, Jack. Whew. You just threw your victory away. Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend.
This is
will
where he
destroy
activates
my Ninja
absolute
Sarutobi,
power
but
force.
Since it's in defense mode, I won't take any damage. And that's all that matters. This is your last turn before I win.
Don't
You're
jump
not
to
winning, 'cause I have
conclusions,
this.
Gong. Just because you
It's
don't
going
use
wrong.
spell and trap cards doesn't mean the rest of the world has left them behind. You've obviously forgotten about the quick play spell card I added to my hand on the last turn. Absolute Power Force!
Oh no, Gong did forget!
That's
Wait a
okay.
minute. Is your absolute power, if your
We all
absolute
forget
power was
sometimes.
so strong, why wouldn't you have used it in your last turn with your Red Nova Dragon? You must be bluffing!
Unfortunately for you, I'm not. You see, Gong, Absolute Power Force can only be used on a Red Dragon Archfiend.
Which hot?
That means I can
Scarlet
use it
counts
with my
as.
Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend, since its name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend on the field. But I can't use it with my Red Supernova Dragon. Red Supernova Dragon was just a decoy.
Right.
Summoned in order to force you to use everything you had to defend yourself against it. Starlight Red Dragon
Imagine having a
Archfiend
monster that
is
big
the
and being like,
true
this is just a,
heart
don't
and
worry, this is
soul
just a
of my
distraction.
deck, and is the
It is pretty friggin'
unstoppable
distracting, to be
force
fair.
behind it. Now my Absolute Power Force spell card increases its attack points by 1,000, stops you from activating cards and effects, and allows my monster to inflict piercing damage.
You lose. Good day, Gong.
Oh, piercing damage! Oh, that means Gong loses life points from the attack, even though Ninja Sarutobi is in defense.
Yes, that's what piercing means.
Twice as many, as a matter of fact.
Double damage.
Because Absolute Power Force also doubles all battle damage that my Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend inflicts to your life points. And there's not a thing you can do about it.
Oh, Gong is done for.
Brace yourself for a crushing defeat, Gong. Starlight Red Dragon Archfiend, attack Ninja Sarutobi and wipe out the rest of Gong's life points!
No! Ah!
It looks like might makes right after all. No defense can stand up to the
Another day in
absolute
the life
power
of Gong
my
Strong.
attacks.
Taking another
And I'm
L.
sorry you had to learn that lesson the hard way.
That was about 7 years
Well,
so
Gong
time
just
ago.
needs to up his defenses even more.
It didn't
That
work,
was a
so we'll
close
double
one.
down.
And if you hadn't drawn Return of the Dragon Lords, Gong would have won it. Gong's heavy, strong style of dueling is constantly evolving, and Gong can't wait to take his dueling defenses to new heights.
I have to admit, Gong, your heavy, strong style is unlike any I've ever seen. I can't help but respect the way you attack with your defense position monsters and use your defense points to overpower and destroy monsters in battle.
Well, thank you for that, Jack. Could it be that you finally realize that a defensive strategy is the best strategy?
Frig no!
Not a chance. Dueling with power is the only way to duel. There isn't a monster I can't blast away, and I've
A
proven
good
that
defense
today.
is a good offense,
I'll
but a
bet
good
the top
offense
16
is also a
of the
good
North American
defense.
WCQ is full of duelists who know how to duel with power, just like me, and I can't wait to watch them compete.
Yeah, watch him beat you.
One last roast. There's no way that was in this script. Oh god. Honestly, I think Gong stole the show of this one, or at least his voice actor did. I love the energy he brought to it. Of course, Jack's voice actor did a good job too, but I don't know, part of it felt like he was there for the paycheck. But then again, of course, as far as I mean, he wouldn't have showed up if he didn't care a little. He gave the paycheck. But, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too mean. I mean, he was having fun a bit. It's just that I guess it's because Gong's voice actor was going all the way in with the ham that it made Jack look flat by comparison, unfortunately. I don't know. Either way, it was a surprisingly fun duel, and I didn't actually consider there'd be like, it's an unstoppable force meets the immovable object story. I like that they had that, because I never actually considered it when they brought it up. It's like, Gong's facing Jack Atlas. Sure, why not? We had frickin' Siegfried von Schrouder faced a random ninja guy. Why the frig not? What? I think the moment they did that, we all collectively went, why? Not who, not what, just why. At that point, we just stopped caring and be like, they could just do whatever they want, but they won't do a freaking crossover duel because God forbid. But I'm surprised they didn't go into the new Red Dragon Arching Spirit thing. But then that's wasn't gonna win them the duel, and they show up enough of the new cards. Are you gonna buy the Jack Atlas structure deck? Let me know. It's kind of a shame that Jack was kind of, even though Gong did have the more impressive field plenty of time, he never felt like Jack was in danger of losing. I think that just because of the life point thing. Like, sometimes you're high in life points and think, there's no way I could possibly lose. 2 seconds later. Either way, it was a fun duel to check out. It's just nice to have another VA duel. These are always fun, the highlights for me. I don't even care who wins the YCS, because no matter who wins, they're getting banned next time. Or some deck that's unrelated as Funk is getting banned. Hopefully it's Kala. Anyway, Cashier, I should say. But anyway, yeah. Fun thing to check out. I can't wait for the next one. Even if it's just Yugi again. They haven't done Yugi in a while, and oh goodness, we don't use Jack Atlas in the TCG nearly as much as they do in the OCG for the voice actor duelist. But hey, you know what? If he comes back next year, I welcome him. Maybe we'll get a Jack versus Yusei. Who knows? Anything could happen. It'll probably be Yugi or Kaiba, okay? But as long as it's a fun meetup or a crossover duel, I'll allow it. When are we gonna get brains in this? Where's the Yusaku? We got Jaden back, and I'm grateful we got him. It's like, sorry. Anytime this happens, the brain's like, okay, who could be next? That's half the fun. It's just, who could it be? And then we see it's like, but why though? Anyway, I've rambled on long enough, and you all have lives, and you're not watching this part anyway, so frig it. We'll just end it here. Until next time, later.